show you how far I gone with Blender. Before, this used to take me like hours to do. Now I can probably whip it up in a couple minutes. I was just telling my friends that. It's like, dude, I remember it used to take me hours to do Blender and art. Now it just takes me a couple minutes to do art. And I tell him it's just because I got so much practice now. Using Blender, using Sprite, 2D art, animation. And it's like, yeah, you really gotten really heavy on that. It's like, yep, you know it. So when are you gonna quit your job? It's like, I don't know. Until I start making some money. But if not, I'm not gonna quit it because how am I gonna pay, my place? I have to pay my place. I gotta pay bills. I gotta pay water. I gotta pay a lot of things, right? And I don't want to like smooch off somebody, so I don't want to do that either. So if I ever do like a full-time game dev or something like that, I would probably do like I have some sort of backup or something like that, and then I can do it like part-time or something. I probably wouldn't even do game development full-time. I don't know. Like I said, I would have to do something else that would get me like a steady income. Dude, I wish I could go back to working full-time on my project. Yeah, man, it's hard. I want to too. But either way though, you know what? To be honest with you guys, life gets in the way too much. I miss it. Yeah, me too. To be honest though, I would still work on my projects part-time. I probably would work like maybe 3 hours a day, daily, like 3 hours, like Monday, Sunday through Sunday. I will work on it around this time. That's how I would do still. I don't know if I would do 5 hours straight. Either way, like even at work, I usually do like 4 or 5 hours of work. The rest is just meeting, lunch, and then more meetings. So I probably do like maybe 4 hours of good work. And that's how it is. And I think it's the same with when you do this with game development. I think 3 hours is pretty good for me. I can get a lot done in 3 hours. And I think it's the same. That's why, when they say, oh, I'm going full-time indie game dev, that just means I'm going to do something else, and then I'll do game development, right? Part-time game development. And I got other things I can take care of, like your kids or something like that, right? Like for me, I would probably do more gardening. That's what I do. I do miss a little bit of gardening. So I think tomorrow I'll do in the morning. I'll wake up early and I'll do some gardening. I want to cut a couple palm trees. I got a couple big palm trees I want to get off. And I have a couple lemons that are way up in the tree, my tree, that I need to get out. So I would probably do more of that. Either way, my wife and kids are worth giving up game dev for. Exactly. That's very responsive of you, Gary. I think if you have a responsibility, that's your main priority no matter what. I always say that to everybody. Alright, even in the new people or the experienced guys like that, on YouTube, I say, you know what, your number one priority is always going to be your family, your kids, or your responsibilities. Right? The rest is just, whatever. Right? You gotta work something, you gotta do something first. You gotta find, you gotta put shelter, you gotta, what do you call it? You gotta put the bacon in the table. The pig in the table. There you go. Probably that's not right? It's not the pig on the table. Right? You gotta bring the bacon. There we go. You gotta bring the bacon. And I think that's your responsibility, right? I think being an artist, obviously it's nice to smooch out of someone, but I wouldn't recommend it. Even if you do that, it's always good to kind of like look into other ways of doing it. Yeah, I think priorities are more important than anything else. And I'm not saying that just so I don't that sound responsible. No, I really do mean it. I think you have to be responsible. Obviously, if you find a little bit more income and you have time, then yeah, do it. Right? Like how I'm doing it, right? I'm doing a little bit of it, and then right? And then I find a little bit of time. So elbows, hand, and then the hands here. Perfect. I can do that. Yeah, it's perfect. I devoted all my time to it. I got burnt out on Unity. I went to Blender, and Was that if that burned me out? I went to art, character design, environments. From there, music. I could spend time on guitar, making melodies. From there, writing, developing the story, fleshing characters. Literally, I did when I took a year off. Perfect. Everybody's different though. No, I think it's important. I think if you have the time and you're younger, so if you're like 18, even younger, 14, then it's easy to do game development, right? Well, priorities, right? You got your parents; they're more responsible. You don't have to work. You just have to go to school, right? And that's easy enough. So I think if you just dedicate your time to it, you could probably be able to do stuff like that. All right. I know even though you have the time, you oftentimes you have to kind of like train yourself and then use that effort to kind of like learn new things. And don't yeah, definitely. If you're younger, like 18, 19 to 14, whatever age you are, much younger, you don't have less responsibilities, I would say use that time to learn new things from game development. If it's something you really want to learn, all right. If it's not something you like, then maybe just try it out, see how you like it. If you don't like it, then just say, "Oh yeah, I did game development long time ago, but now I don't do it anymore." But if it is something you want to do, definitely learn all the arts, music, like Ben was saying, music, do the art, do the coding, do the design, all that sort of thing. Right? If you got time in your hand, do it. Yeah. I was around 28 when I took a year off. I saved a bunch of money before I left work. So I set myself up. That's perfect, man. Yeah, that's really good. If you can save some money, do that. They call it the war chest, right? They call it like your savings that you can put aside. All right? Once you save enough money, you have enough time to kind of like use that, and then if you don't have that much things to pay, you can live off of it for a while. Obviously, don't live off of it like for like a ramen diet or anything unhealthy, right? Because if not, then your expenses start creeping up on you. I would say still eat healthy, right? Have apples, fruits, that sort of thing. Especially when you come my age, 44, then it's even harder, right? You gotta eat healthy, make sure you got new glasses, make sure you're taking care of everybody. That's usually the case for me. But I think if you're younger, like 20s, yeah, easy. Just save up a little bit, dedicate some time to doing all kinds of things that you want to do, and then you can rediscover and learn new skills. You never know, right? Who knows? Maybe you can do game development professionally for a studio, or you can do it for like a hobby sort of thing, or it's a side job, right? It could be like a little side hustle thing. I thought about doing Blender, like Blender as a side hustle. I feel I'm okay with Blender. I can do the characters, I can do the art, I can do all that, but I want to get better. Like I want to get much better. I'm good with the armatures, that sort of thing, but I think I can still learn a couple more things from Blender and all that. But I'm not neglecting my responsibilities, of course. I would say just take your time with it and then learn it as much as you can. Because if you're young, do it. Even if you're old too. If you're an old man, I would say still learn, all the new skills. So you don't really have an age. You can be 50 and you can still learn new things, right? Right? You can take it like a side hobby sort of thing, like I'm doing it. Just a side thing. Ooh. And who knows? Maybe somebody might like my stuff, or maybe my game kicks off. I think that's really the objective, right? Just see how far you can get. And we can put this here. Kind of like how I'm doing it. But hopefully that kind of like motivates you guys. Just to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this time to start learning new things. Right? Doing new things. And then, begin the process of game development. And I'll be doing more of these game jams for you to be motivated and start new projects. Because I'm also, like I said, I'm here to help you guys, but you guys are helping me too, right? By viewers or subscribers, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm here to help you guys, and I want you guys to succeed as much as I'm going to succeed as well. And I'm doing it as streaming or YouTube, right? And game development. So yep, that's my objective. Hopefully, that kind of like motivates all of you guys. Right? We'll see. But yeah, that's all I have on that portion